Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. Today I'm doing something I should have done weeks ago, and I'm hoping it has not stunted my seedlings, but we're gonna go with it. I need to uppot them. So I have all of my little seed starts in this tray with these little plugs. This is with seed starting mix, and they need potting soil. They need some nutrients. And for many reasons, I did not get this done yet. So I'm starting to see, actually I'll bring this back up. I'm starting to see some discoloration in some of the plants, and some of them have not germinated. Some of my Navajo Sunset Agastache did not germinate, but it is what it is. We're gonna move with it and we're gonna roll with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to create my map. If you've seen what I do in the past, I'm going to do the same thing. This is that tray currently, what's in what cells, and so I'm going to do the same thing again. This is 4x8, and so I'm going to do get my boxes made here so I know what's in what. And we're gonna get these ready. We've had some crazy rain, but this is the gist of what I'm working with now. I am gonna put where I'm gonna put my clip on the paperwork, and we are gonna start getting these ready. I'm gonna do one tray right now, and then probably this afternoon or tomorrow I'll do the second tray. I need to wash some of the containers out really good, and I don't have time to do that this morning, but I do have time to do this right this second. So I'm going to do it and not keep putting it off. I'm going to take out my other map, so I make sure I write down what I am transferring over. Oops, actually, we're going to switch this up because I need to be able to write. Alright, so I have my potting soil here. Probably should be wet down, but I will do that after the fact this time. And I'm just gonna scoop up potting soil. This has some moisture in it, but not a ton. So I'll water these in really good once they're moved over. I get these all filled up. The other thing I'm going to be working on is we've had some really cold weather here. I know I've said this a lot here on the channel lately, but our weather has been so weird this year. It's really cold out here. It's like in the 30s still, maybe just touching the 40s. Our windows were like, our car doors were frozen shut, stuff like that this morning. So it's been a little colder than normal. I am going to go ahead and reset the planters here within the next few days because we're about to go into another big storm, and I really want to get that done. So I may run to the garden center today and go get some of the some compost, because I think I do want to set up some compost. I'm seeing some yellowing and stuff, and I want to make sure I really give some good nutrients. I need to go get my little butter knife, and then I'll be right back. Alright, got my butter knife. I am going to figure out what I'm moving first. I think I'm going to do my tomatoes. Orange hat tomato. So this is going to go down to there, and then orange hat tomato, orange hat tomato. So I'm going to go ahead and rearrange myself again. Actually, go that way. And then I'll have this one up here going this way. I'll put my paper here. Need to be watered. I didn't realize how dry they were. Well, they're about to get some good water right now. So I just scoop it out with a knife. I know there's little tools, but I try really hard just to go down the side. I'm trying not to like cut all the little roots off. Some have more roots than others. But this will give the plant some nutrients now. Now normally as soon as these things pop up, I am moving them to a different plant. I'm moving them into the potting soil. I've never left them this long without potting them. So I'm hoping I didn't stunt them, but at this point it is what it is. I can only control what I can control right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to save them all. Now I will say my microgreens, those like grew super fast being in the potting soil right away. It was kind of crazy how fast everything grew. So that was kind of fun. I'll put some of the videos down below or in the iCards or something like that for this year's seed starting, where I go over kind of what I'm growing and what me starting the seeds and my process and all of that stuff. So I'll make sure I include that. Let's see, what's this next one? These are the collards. So I'm going to go ahead and do collards. That's going to be in those two. And collards that way. These collards are looking like they are on struggle bus as well. Because of how much they look like they're struggling, I'm not going to thin them yet. See the roots all the way through that one. I'm not going to thin them out yet. I want to see how they take to the transplanting before I decide to thin them out. I want to give them, I don't want to risk losing plants. So here's another one. Lots more. That's basically as easy as it is. I'm hoping that you guys are starting seeds this year. If you haven't, it's really worth it. The amount of bang for your buck is huge. I am deciding to do a little bit more spending, adding some compost to these containers. But yeah, I think it's worth it to do seeds. Well, I know it's worth it to do seeds. You just got to not go down the rabbit hole too far. I would love to know what your weather has been like. What weird things have you seen this year? Are you going to plant early? Are you going to plant late? Kind of where are you? I'm finding it interesting, the difference in weather. I have a bestie in Arkansas who's had different weather. I have a cousin in Texas who, actually I have multiple cousins in Texas, who have had different weather as well. Mom and brother in Ohio, people in Vegas, like we have people all over the place. So it's interesting to see the changes in the weather patterns this year. Yes, I'm so excited. They're coming together. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move up my calendula next. So this row, I had one not start, so I'm going to split one of these sections. Strawberry blonde should be first. So strawberry blonde calendula. Strawberry blonde calendula. And then this one will be Snow Princess calendula. Snow Princess calendula. And we're going to be done with this tray just like that. Okay, so get my hole started here. And what I'm actually going to do is put another hole there. This one that has a pretty good size, two of them that are pretty good size. I'm just going to try to carefully, hopefully those roots aren't too entwined, separate them out. Get some of that seed starting mix out of there. And get these roots down here. This one I'm going to redo. I want to make sure the roots are all under the dirt, not sitting above. And give this the support it needs. Okay. So hopefully that will be good. So the next thing I want to move over is actually my, let's see, I want to keep all my chamomile together. I have 8 slots left. So what I think I'm going to move over is my Agastache. I'm going to switch this around. These guys are definitely on struggle bus. I have 1, 2, 3 containers, and 1, 2, 3, 4 containers of that one. So I have 7. So 4 containers of raspberry daiquiri. And 3 containers of Navajo Sunset. And what I'm going to do is, some of these have multiple in it. So what I really want to do is make sure that when these start to get a little bit bigger, that I can transplant them separately. Split them out, and I'll put at least one of the raspberry daiquiris in this other container. So I'm really hoping I don't damage anything here, because these are definitely nowhere as big. They took a lot longer to germinate. So that is it for this tray. I think I have a massive glare, so I'm going to try to fix that and then be back. Alright, so that is it for this tray. We still got lots of little babies over here that I'm going to get back inside because it's a little cold out here for everything. I'm going to get all of this stuff back inside. I'm going to get it watered up really good. And then we will be touching base again about these. Don't give up on your plants if you did not take care of them well enough. Leggy, you can't come back from the same way except for with tomatoes. But everything else, some of this stuff, like if it's discoloration from the nutrients or whatever, then you might be able to bounce that back. So definitely try. I'm gonna get this stuff watered and inside, and then we'll see you back on the next video.